Okay. All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow, and I'm here with the opening session and class of the University of the Painful Truth. Class is now open. I have a painful truth that every single one of us, without fail, nobody is exempt. Nobody is exempt whatsoever at all. But for just about 50 years that I've been living and breathing here on this earth, okay? I want you to listen to me very closely, because what I want all of us to do is I want all of us to be very actual, factual, and truthful. And I understand that most of us, which consist of 99.9% of us, we base truth under our own terms, and we are the ones who determine what that truth is. And that's the reason why most of us function in a way that is not relevant with society. Now, I myself personally believe that every soul is precious. I don't care who you are, what country you come from. You can tell just by the death toll that we have all over this earth. And each soul, each life is very, very precious, because you only got one way to go this way. And that's it. And it is my hope that while going this way, that you are able to live a very peaceful, happy, and prosperous life. There's enough ill will, there's enough hatred, there's enough sadness, there's enough wickedness that go on. I mean, we're getting ready to approach the weekend, or what I call the wicked end, this week. But I've learned this painful truth, and I've watched it play out in almost every aspect of life, no matter who I'm talking to or dealing with. It makes no difference if it's on the social, the political, the economic, or the religious front. It makes no difference. What I've learned, and I want you to listen to me very closely, because I want you to know this as well. We all need to be truthful across the board. No matter where we are in this earth, we all need to stop having our own personal biases and prejudices. You see, it's those of us who refuse to face, and I mean come face to face with your own personal biases and your own personal prejudices. That's what keeps the division going all the way across this earth. See, I am a man of faith. I am in the way, the faith. And while I'm in the faith, I really, truly do not have any trouble whatsoever at all with no other religions on this earth, or nobody else who chooses to go another way. My trouble and my problem comes in, or let's say the issue that I have, is when people say that they use the same book that I do, and they lie on that book. They misrepresent that book because of their own personal religious biases, because their own personal problem with being able to come face to face with the truth. So therefore they exercise their own personal prejudices. Same thing on the economic front. Same thing. Facts are facts. And if I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. We may all be entitled to our own opinion, but we're definitely not all entitled to our own facts. And that is the truth. And that's the truth straight way. But even on the economic front, people within the last 40, 50 years have been deceived into believing that fiat currency is the truth. And so therefore they exercise their own truth that they have chosen to establish by their own way, means, conscience, whatever you want to call it. And they exercise prejudices against something that has been money for 6,000 years, i.e. silver and gold. Now, if you choose to be that way, fine and good. But there's going to be a sincere dialogue. There's going to be some serious reflection. And it should be. There should be a very a very passionate debate on all facts that are true. Now, what we have going on in our modern day news media is this. We have news media that decides what they are going to report. Did you hear what I said? We have a news media, bunch of them, but they're only owned by a few independent corporations. And they got you all believing that they're all different. No, they ain't. They just like the WWE wrestlers that is stage playing and playing a game. It's entertainment. But they choose what they are going to report to you. And they expect for you to decide what the truth is based on what they report. And as soon as some other alternative news source reports something other than the mainstream news media reports, the first thing the mainstream news media does is, because they have the majority of the people that watch and listen to them, because the majority of the people are mind numb today, they begin to attack the independent news sources and they begin to label them conspiracy theories. Now, the truth is, now you have two dissenting viewpoints. And when you have these two dissenting viewpoints, now it's time for you to exercise self-autonomy. That's what it is. You get the opportunity now to actually face the facts, and you get a chance to decide based on what has been reported by one of the two sources. And then, of course, that's going to sway public opinion based on what you have chosen to believe by what's been reported. And mainstream hates anybody, and they demonize anybody that have a dissenting viewpoint. It's kind of like, let's just use religion, because people are familiar with the term religion. You got all these Christian religions, and you got all these different faiths on the earth. Now, the truth is, whether we choose to like it or not, all of them can't be right. When we read the Torah, the Bible, it only speaks about one people that is his people, and it ain't the people that the American people, the Europeans, and the whole world has chosen to believe are his people. Those people are not it. No, his people are scattered. It's clear through the Bible. It is crystal clear. But when you refuse to do your own independent research, when you refuse to do your own investigative research, and you choose to give an opinion on something because of your prejudice rather than the facts, there's going to continue to be a state of confusion upon the minds of the people worldwide. And that's what preachers do. Preachers don't lay out the facts on the table to you. They give you personal opinions and their personal prejudices. And and they do everything they can to try to keep you from other facts that are laid on the table, because they don't want you to receive them as facts. It is a fact that Santa Claus is a make-believe lie. It is a fact that a rabbit cannot lay eggs. It is against nature. Do you think people care? No, because if they did care, that means that they have to face their own hypocrisy. They have to face the truth. And in facing the truth, they have to face themselves. And then in facing themselves, they have to face their biases. And in facing their biases, they have to face their own personal prejudices. And when they do that, it's too painful for us to look in the mirror. It's too painful for us to see the truth, because that truth always demands change. It's just like fire. It's just like fire. Anything that fire touches cannot remain in its present state. And most people don't want their world disturbed because we're comfortable with our own biases and our own prejudices. I don't care if it's on the social front, the political front, the economic front, or the religious front. It makes no difference whatsoever at all. Well, considering the conquest, the consolidation, the expansion, and the degeneration of the United States of America, and we're getting ready to be conquered ourselves. And I hope to y'all that we don't go back over there in the land of where those Koreans and those Vietnamese are, because you would think that we will learn our lesson by getting our rear end whooped twice. I ain't going. I'm not going. And if I was you, I wouldn't let these rich folks in this world send my son or my daughter way across the seas, but because they told us that these people have a problem with us and they are a national threat to us. I haven't seen no greater threat at all to the American people than our own government. Let's just face the facts. Let's get rid of our own biases and our own prejudices. There's not a one of us that have a lick of confidence in this present government that is established here in the United States of America. And that's the truth. And that is the truth. And it's a sad, sad thing. So yeah, I'm going to continue to keep passionately fighting the trolls. I'm going to continue to keep fighting the hatred. Yes, I am. I'm going to fight it with all that I have, just in order to reach one more person. Every time I get a new subscriber, that's one more person that gets the opportunity of a lifetime to come out of the box and come out on the playing field and leave the matrix, and they get a chance to see the world as it is with no blinders on. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you all consider everything that I say, and I pray that these sayings sink deep down into your heart.